All right, very good. So now we have a viewer from Pequot Lakes who wants to know what's happening with enhanced driver's licenses. And that was, we got a letter from the federal government. There's been all kinds of activity in there. Who wants to talk about that? Who's our expert in enhanced driver's licenses?
I was on the working group for that. So Minnesota's driver's licenses are non-Real ID compliant, which means that Minnesotans coming in this next January would not be able to get on planes with our driver's license. But already Minnesotans cannot use their driver's license because they're non-compliant with Real ID to get into federal buildings. So I've had constituents who have gone out to Washington, D.C. to work on projects only to find out they couldn't get in the building because they had their Minnesota driver's license, which wouldn't let them into those federal buildings, some federal buildings, or nuclear plants. So some of those pieces are already in effect, but recently the feds pushed back the deadline for allowing Americans to board airplanes with Real ID compliant ID. And the real issue with Minnesota was that back in 2009, I wasn't in the legislature then, I don't know if any of you were, you might have been in the House at that time. The legislature passed a law saying that not only will Minnesota not comply with Real ID, it can't even plan to comply. And it was that not even being able to plan to comply that caused the feds to say, well, wait, we are not going to give an extension to Minnesota, and so your people will not be able to use their driver's licenses. So far, the state has passed and repealed that ban on planning. So that's a good thing. However, I'm very disappointed that just this week, the Fed said, well, that wasn't good enough. We're not going to give you an extension yet. So Real ID now will not take effect for airline travel until 2018. But it already is in effect for, as I said, federal buildings, and that's causing a problem. So I'm hopeful by the end of session we take care of those things that is keeping the feds from giving us an extension, so Minnesotans can use their driver's license. And I will say a couple things that the Senate bill included, which did pass off the Senate floor, that I think is important, is a dual track, so that Minnesotans who want to keep their regular driver's license and they don't want to have a Real ID compliant driver's license don't have to. But at least we can offer those Real ID compliant driver's licenses. Basically, you have to do three things. You have to prove you are who you say you are, you have to prove you live where you say you live, and you have to prove lawful status. And those were things that came out of the 9/11 report that felt Americans would be safer if those things were in place when people either flew or entered federal buildings.
Real ID, anything further?
You described it quite well, I think, and I actually like the Senate language better than the House language, in which we tried to not do as the House did, to replace the Senate with the House language, and therefore we have to have a conference committee to work out the differences. But the other, I think, that gets, I mean, there are people that are, as you said, don't want to give up their regular driver's license because they don't want to give all that information that they are required to give out and be into this system that may cause them some concern. And also there is concern that among people who would like to see a license for undocumented folks, that this doesn't do it, but it at least creates that pathway if you keep the second track, the regular driver's license. That still sort of is a possibility for those folks, which law enforcement tells me anyway, that that's something that's important, that we make sure people who are driving on our roads have a driver's license and are insured, and we can bank on that. So I think those are the things that I've heard are issues that are important.
Representative Quam, any thoughts on the real enhanced ID issues?
Well, frankly, the big difference with the House bill is that it keeps the same thing of you have to have legal status, for the dual track, and that's the big difference. I was also on the work group to go over this thing.
Oh, so that's good to know. The House also has a dual track then. So I think that's important that people have that choice. One big difference, though, too, between the House and the Senate, which, again, I'm not so sure I'm happy with the Senate side on this, is that the Senate is actually delaying until 2 years later, till 2018, before we start issuing those real IDs, making it possible. And what that means is people like me who are going to get my driver's license renewed on Monday are going to have to get a 2-year driver's license, and you're going to pay a 4-year price. I don't think Minnesotans should have to pay the price for its legislatures inaction here. So I tend to like the House provision, which is let's get started right away with these real IDs. So there's some concern that our existing legacy computer system is so behind the times that they're not even sure if MNLARS can actually process real IDs. So that is another problem, but it seems to me we should be able to fix that.
Thoughts, real ID, Senator?
Sure. Well, and the reason that it was delayed as long as it was because of the concerns over privacy issues. So I'm glad, too, there's the 2-tier system where, people who don't want to have the real ID don't have to, but it was becoming a real problem. There were real consequences to not complying, especially for those traveling on domestic flights, and so that was a real concern. There were concerns that was going to happen this year, but the feds have been willing to allow for an extension. I do agree with Senator Nelson that we should be starting right away because we do want to make sure people can get their these real IDs at the time when they would naturally renew their driver's license anyway, so that they don't have to go in special or pay any extra. I think that that's important, and that's one of the reasons I too believe that we should get on it right away in order to phase it in a much smoother process for the public.